All right, let's get back to the shenanigans. All right, here we are. We talked about Drake's album For All the Dogs. Both of us are, big Drake fans. Love Drake's music. We already gave our opinion on the album. I'm also a huge listener of Joe Budden and the Joe Budden podcast. And when I got people who know me, they were sending me clips. Your man went crazy on the boy, like he's wild. Blah 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 blah. I'm just like, bro.
Co-signing the blogs and the headlines. Y'all need to do your own research.
As a podcaster, we've been doing podcasts for 3 years now. We have 155 episodes, and witnessing how people can take a 10-second clip out of how many runtime that we're talking and speaking and stuff like that, and have them just take that and run with it. The narrative that can be pushed. It is dangerous being a podcaster. I ain't gonna lie, because whatever we say and whatever we upload is there forever. You know,
right?
What I mean?
Like how I just told my, and right. You could take out the fact that I said I did it a couple times. I was gonna say that one time.
I got you.
One time,
but you gotta stop saying that because this is a lot of editing.
That's the point that I'm making.
It never happened. But it's live though. So, y'all, come on, top hill. Y'all better, Anyway,
I stand on that shit.
Yeah.
He just better not text me tonight. Oh my God, don't do that. I wasn't talking about you.
Right, exactly. Just do what y'all normally do.
This is good.
So, Joe Budden did his music review of the album. And if you guys listen to Joe Budden podcast, he's been kind of leading up and anticipating this album just like everybody else has. You know what I mean? We clearly know that this has been a very dry season in music this year. There's not a lot of great albums that are coming. And even him himself is just like, yo, put the kids to bed. It's time for the big boys to come out in quarter 4. Drake is the big boy. And, let's see what he's gonna do with this album. This song's called For All the Dogs. Like, we ready to start barking out here. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to roll the clip of what Joe Budden said. And I'm going to give you my opinion on what he said.
I miss the Drake that was rapping for the rappers. I miss the Drake that when he dropped, the rappers hit him. Not these little kids. I don't give a about you and Kai Cenat. That's going to sound like hate. It is.
He's a streamer.
It's not hate.
Very popular streamer.
It's not hate. Go find some your fucking age. Hang out with them. Get some of that sauce.
That's not what keeps you popping.
These kids.
That's not what keep you popping. And if that's the game he playing, I gotta play this game.
All the older streaming music and buying it, Joe? No.
Dog, all that y'all saying for me applies to the field. I have long before called this the golden child. Different set of rules apply.
Correct.
He's him. He is not one of them that y'all telling me about. I don't hold him there.
Dog, this album is going to be the most streamed album in Spotify history. Why?
I missed it.
All right. So, Joe Budden is funny. All right. Initial reaction to what you guys think of what Joe Budden had to say. That pretty much Drake should hang out with people more his own age and to get some more mature content. And what do you guys think of that?
I agree with that 100%. It's so funny because I do agree with Joe Budden most of the time, but I agree with him 100% of basically everything that he said about Drake.
Yeah.
Not even just that clip, but just most of the stuff that I caught. I turned it on, but I didn't really listen to it in its entirety. But just being in and out of it, I just agree with him. I'm just like, that makes sense. Like,
yeah, and I can see why Drake is doing what he's doing. The younger that you appeal to be, the longer you can last. Because if you're appealing to the younger audience, that younger generation is going to continue to play your music. They're going to continue to go to your shows and your concerts because there's not as many people our age who are actually supporting the music and buying it.
Because we know better.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we got bills and shit to handle.
Real life is going on.
Exactly. Like, but the kids is just like, yo, we get in our allowance and we're going to the Drake concert. And we're going to buy the Drake merch. You know what I mean? And that's just like, when it comes to the marketing all the music is trying to get geared for the kids. They're trying to make music more TikTok friendly and stuff like that. That's how they can chart. They want the kids to enjoy it. And Drake knows that. Drake is a genius. Drake is a marketing genius, and his music has appealed to us, our generation, for a long time. He had us. We're still here. We're still listening to it. But he's also trying to continue to attract the younger audience, and that's where a lot of his counterparts have failed. They're trying to get the younger artists and collabing with them and stuff like that. This is why Kendrick and Cole are still kind of relevant. Kendrick grabbed Kodak Black for his last album to do interludes and stuff like that. J. Cole grabbed Lil Baby, Lil Durk. You know what I mean? Said that he's still willing to do a feature with YoungBoy. They're willing to do records with the younger generation and stuff like that to stay relevant. Because they understand, they were the middle J. Cole's a genius, man. When he came out with the song Middle Child, he understood what it was like to be told, like, no, like, it's not y'all turn yet. Like, the older child is still his turn. Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, it's still our turn. We're not trying to give y'all the mic. We're not trying to give y'all the time or the shine. So people like Cole and Kendrick and Drake had to fight to take that. You know what I mean? And they probably know what that's like. So they're like, okay, we're not going to do that for the next generation. They want to feature. They want to hop on his, blah, blah, blah. Cool. We're going to do that. So I'm a little bit torn with this because I know what Joe Budden is trying to say. Like, if you hang around with more people your age, your music will mature. And it's kind of, you already done the young shit enough. And I think that's really what he's trying to say. You've done the young shit enough. If this is going to be for the dogs, for the people who roll with you all this time, make it for us. This felt like for the pups, not for the dogs.
Like I had mentioned earlier, I felt like it was something in there for everybody. I felt like there was something for the young, the old, the really young. Like you could have found your bag there. I feel like that that's what he could have meant when he said for all the dogs.
Yeah. You're right.
Something for men, there's something for women.
Something for the Spanish community, something for
like
the hood niggas,
all the dogs,
the college students, everybody.
But it just would have helped if he would have marketed it like that. I feel like, what Joe Budden says has so much validity, but it's really based on perspective. And you have to also think about like what ultimately is the goal of the artist or the marketing team. Like, you know what I mean? Some people are doing this out of art. Some people are doing this out of business.
Yeah.
It's hard to move to do them both at the same time. Like, it's just like he's either going to make music for us old heads at the end of the day, or it's going to be for the youth. It's really going to be hard for him to just pick a side. Yeah. Because one side is going to give off probably his true artistry, but then one side is really going to help him support his family.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
And it's going to be hard to do both. And I feel like he's trying to do both.
And when you try to do both, like you can't appease everybody. It's just in anything. You can't appease everybody. You're gonna offend people. You're gonna make some people mad. It is what it is. All right, let's get to the next clip.
So then Drake responds.
Yeah. Well, Joe has some words to say.
This is like Yachty rapping. This is like he rapping for the children. And that's yo, dog, I had to look up how old this nigga was when I finished listening to the album. You are 36. Your birthday is in 20 days. I Googled that too. You will be 37 years old. Get the fuck away from some of these younger niggas and stop fucking these 25-year-olds.
Nah, he's tripping right now, though.
I'm listening to the album.
You mentioned it.
Why are you still fucking the 25-year-olds? You're a 37-year-old billionaire. I get it that you appeal to the world.
Let's stay current.
I get it that you appeal to the world, and part of that is
niggas don't want to grow up.
But that's what I'm loving about Cole. Like, my shit is happening in reverse. Like, with Cole, he used to rap about kid shit. I'm a grown ass, like, real Jersey City nigga. I don't want to hear how you lost your fucking virginity. And then he started to grow up. And this is like, yeah.
Now, in podcast defense here, if you actually listen to the podcast, I know Joe Budden is very prolific in what he says, and when he has a statement, it comes off as arrogant, right? So that's just how he speaks in tonality when he makes his points. But 90%,
and I don't even hear that, but
right.
I think that's because we are so similar, though. So
yeah, exactly. We say what we want, but it can be taken out of context.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, they took that little clip where he was already turned up. But if you was to listen to this podcast, he was not slamming Drake. Matter of fact, he said multiple times how much he has respect for Drake, how much he loves Drake, how
he's a golden child, how he's in a class of his own, like that.
And he said he even said the album was good. He said he doesn't hate the album. He was disappointed.
He was expecting more.
He was just expecting more. But
that's exactly how I felt before I even watched the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah,
I was saying the same thing.
And I think Joe is preaching for what a lot of people felt about this album, but a lot of people are afraid to say that because they're yes men and they know that they will look weird or some kind of way for saying Drake's album wasn't the best or whatever. Like, that
is the weirdest shit, man. Nobody is thinking or having any type of opinions for themselves whatsoever. Yeah. They are just co-signing the other.
Exactly. Whatever's the most popular opinion, we're going to go with that because I don't want to be looked at as wrong. That's what it is. Like, they just want to take the most popular opinion.
I just don't even care who knows if I liked it or didn't like it. I don't understand how that affects anybody's life.
We care too much. We care too much about what doesn't matter. We already mentioned this before. There's records on here that we like. We're gonna take from it. We're gonna put it in our playlist, and it's gonna be a part of our lives. Cool. As far as all these talk, like Drake is still gonna be Drake. The album is doing what it's gonna do. Like it's number one is clearing up all the charts and stuff like that. You know, good for him. Like he put in a lot of work, and he deserves everything that all the accolades and stuff that he's gonna do. He's one hit away from Michael Jackson. Like. Drake is our Michael Jackson. Drake is further than that. Like, he's still alive, still producing music.
Getting his flowers.
Getting his flowers while he's here. And Drake actually put up a post recently. I'm going to see if I can find it. He said that he felt love, he felt accomplished and stuff like that. But just taking it all in. And not a lot of people get it to actually feel that and experience that.
And I feel that for him.
Yeah. Yeah, like you could tell that, you know, he meant to. Let me see if I can find it. I feel accomplished, you know. Like each picture that he posted recently pretty much just had a statement of, you know, how he felt. I feel valued. You know. I feel loved. I feel weightless. Like, you know what I mean? Like Not a lot of people get to say that they felt this way, you know? And he got to do something really, really dope. Like, you know, he brought 21 Savage on tour. He was able to help. This picture's crazy. You guys don't know, this is Joe Budden right here. Fedora hat case. Champagne Poppy is a menace to society, and he's extremely petty. It's funny. But, he was able to do for 21 Savage, bring him on tour, was able to make 21 Savage, help 21 Savage become a legit United States citizen where he can now travel outside the country.
Mm-hmm.
And so 21 Savage, very first time out the country performing, was in Toronto, Canada, and Drake was able to do that for him. And now he can move around freely and make more money and get a bigger bag, an international bag. He was able to do that for one of his dogs. You know what I mean? Like, so at the end of the day, Drake has given us amazing music throughout his career, has helped out a lot of people, and Joe Budden has also echoed that within the podcast. You guys should actually listen to it and not just look at the fucking headline. And yeah.
Do you see what they're saying about how he is towards black women?
Mm-mm.
I've seen it before and heard them talk about it, but I mean, I don't really care how Drake feels about me. This shit is not personal to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wish that other people felt like that. But he, where I recently saw that is he sampled one of the girls from Baltimore and wouldn't give her credit and stuff like that, but gave Lil Jon's chair squeak credit and stuff like that. And then everybody was going back and forth with the girl from Baltimore. Sometimes just be glad that he even used. It's like, but he didn't really use me if he didn't acknowledge me. You know what I mean?
That is so tricky because the channels that it takes for you to get to Drake. It's a lot of channels. There's a lot of streams.
And not only this was his second time. I believe that.
It could be somebody in his camp, in his team, who might have found this sample somewhere where it might have been free or available. It's like, hey, we got this. It sounds good. It's free. Let's take it. Let's put it here. We got the licensing for it. Boom. Let's use it. May not even have a fucking clue who this girl is.
Mm-hmm.
And this is legit or not. Beyonce went through the same thing with who did Beyonce just had this issue with? It was another artist.
I remember it happening too, though.
It was either Carrie Hilson. I don't want to mess it up. But Beyonce had an issue with an artist recently on her last project. Was it? Yeah,
yes.
Khalees. It was Khalees. Had an issue with Khalees. Khalees was mad, like, yo, you used my sample without my permission, blah, blah, blah. And that's like, okay, cool, I'll just take it off. And now both of you, like, you know, it doesn't, it's...
No, I feel like Beyonce is dead ass wrong for that. It's dead ass wrong for that because yes, you could have used my shit, but why can't I get my credit where my credit was due? Because Beyonce, you don't let anybody play your shit. You don't let anybody. When I say anybody, I mean anybody. Do anything with any of your things, from your pictures to your voice to your music to anything. So what was Khalees supposed to do? I honestly would, my pride, the way it's set up, take it off.
Right.
Take it off because you're not doing me any favors by keeping it on. And
you get relevancy. There's things that you can do. There's another way you can handle it. But at the same time, maybe she tried and it didn't work. I get it. The music industry is a treacherous, dirty,
because I believe
business.
Who doesn't try? You understand?
Yeah,
I feel like
agree.
when you know in the industry, first of all, you probably go into it with the idea of thinking you probably didn't know, but let me let you know.
Yeah. Same thing with, I think this comes to business and artistry and the clash in between the two. Same thing happened recently with Drake and Halle Berry.
I remember, I seen that.
Drake comes out with a song "Slime You Out," posted a picture with Halle Berry getting slime from Nickelodeon. I
liked it. It was good.
This is dope. You know what I mean? Had him and SZA posted, and to, you know, anticipate the single release coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a free image. You know what I mean? Like, he actually has permission to do it.
From a kid show.
Right. And Halle Berry said, she told Drake that she didn't want this out there. Drake's like, cool, I'm just going to post it on our socials, but it won't be the official single. Like, if you look at the Slime You Out single, it's Drake's album cover and not this. But this is what it was going to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? But she was still upset of the fact that he posted this to Instagram as the promotion. But it's just like,
it's Halle Berry and slime on the kid show.
It already happened.
It happened.
You know what I mean?
And it's not bad. You did it, depending on what was going on with the slime. That's why I keep saying with a kid show. Yeah. What was the whole point of you? Like, you did it for the money? Right. Or did you do it for the actual experience? Because if you did, you should already understand those pictures should be allowed to be used. Yeah. Because with Drake, and especially in the era and where he's coming from, and this is for us.
Yeah. Yeah,
this is for us. Yeah, bitch, this is not for you, Holly. He didn't do this for him.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck about you and no motherfucking slime. That is for us.
And this was a favor. This is real live a favor. For, like, I don't know, man. People might say, like, yo, you don't, whatever. I don't care. I thought this was genius.
I thought it was too. I thought it was for us. I honestly didn't give a damn that it was Halle Berry either. Let's also be clear. It was just like when you see slime.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even know it was Halle Berry.
I go to Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I didn't think it was Halle Berry for a minute, but of course, you know, there's going to be people who actually care more than we do. And
as soon as they said it, I instantly remembered, though.
Yeah, me too. And her thing was like, there's so many people who don't know me from that, and blah blah blah. But like, bro, I don't know.
It's a fucking kids play. It was a game show. Like you would.
Yanni rapping. This is
sorry, my bad.
No, you good.
So going back to the Joe Budden and Drake thing. Drake responded. Gave him a piece of his mind, pretty much called, you know, Joe Budden a failed rapper, that he retired and hung his jersey up and nobody really knew or cared or remembered and stuff like that. And pretty much Joe Budden and Drake has had beef in the past. They've gone back and forth before. Then it's funny, it happened because they were also cool before too. Like Drake and Joe had a lot of similarities in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Like Drake even came out and admitted that he used to rap like Joe Budden in the beginning. Like Joe was a very respected underground rapper. You know what I mean?
Anytime you say anything about Joe Budden rapping, the radio turns right on in my head. Pump, 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 pump.
But it's funny.
Pump it up.
It's funny how that is what he's remembered for in his music. But the people who know his pen and stuff like that, it's like they know music, like his other stuff. I was never a Joe Budden fan like that, rap wise. You know what I mean? But there were people really did respect his pen back then. The rappers. But and this to me is all marketing. I think that Drake is doing this as a favor. Drake knows that whenever he says somebody's name, it's going to give them attention. When he did that interview with the little white girl Bobby, he knew it was going to give her attention. You know what I mean? Like he's very intentional what he's doing, whether it comes out negative or positive, attention is currency.
Quavo ate her ass up too.
Quavo? Or was it Offset?
I mean, Offset. Yeah.
I didn't get to see that one. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I went back and watched it.
You did?
Yeah, it was funny.
Good?
Yeah.
You know,
just because he time enough for her ass.
Yeah,
like he came prepared.
Yeah, that's dope. I think
he said I didn't even know who you were.
Right.
I couldn't even Google you. I had to TikTok you. I fucking love that.
I ain't gonna lie. I like to see Offset growth right now. Like Offset looks like he's having a great time right now. Like
he feel like he gets to be himself.
Yeah.
I felt like in the group, it felt like he had to be a group. He seemed like a group within himself. Like
right.
Now I feel like he gets to be his fun, playful.
You got a wife, you got your kids, you got your fashion thing that you want to do and stuff like that. I seen the stream. I didn't watch the
24 hour.
The 24 hour with Kai. That he just looked like he just had a great time. You know what I mean? Like your cousins.
I tuned in a few times. Yeah. I didn't stay long, but I definitely poked my head in.
I just started getting hip to who Kai Cenat was. Like,
really?
Yeah, I knew he was just a super popular streamer, but I've never been into streaming because I just always thought it was weird that I'm watching somebody watch stuff. You know what I mean? Like I just, me personally, I'm. This is where my old head '90s bag might be coming from, but I get that's what the kids are doing. They're watching other people stream stuff, and I get that's the thing. But that was cool. That was cool seeing some of those clips and just seeing them genuinely.
They looked like they had a good time. They looked like it was fun.
It looked like they had a ball, man. So, and then
imagine being Kai's friend. Like y'all coming over for the sleepover because y'all know we having one. Like we gonna need some more people.
Right. And there's rumors about Drake actually coming to do one with him as well too. That's gonna go crazy, stupid, you know. But yeah, how did we get here? Oh, we're talking about the Bobby girl. I think Funny Marco actually started his own podcast show similar to that, but him doing his own.
He did it first.
He did it first. I agree. And now he's doing it like big now. He's getting great guests. I think he started with Sexy Ray or something.
No, you're a year late. You're like 2 years late.
Okay, so
she got the model from Funny Marco. I mean the entire model for years. I know Funny Marco been doing this.
I know she copied him. I know that. And he was the
but
first
he been
episode.
having guests. Right. Everybody I ever seen was somebody.
So he has his own show that he does.
Boy, if you don't wake up. So look, no. So I don't know if it's his show or not because he doesn't have his name on it. Let me find it because I know I watches that shit. I don't watch it like I used to.
Because I think he did like TikTok skits and stuff like that.
No, I'm telling you, this man been doing these interviews for the longest time. Not on Open Thoughts. What the fuck was it called?
Okay, this says episode 4. This is what I was saying.
So he got it on his own channel now. So he been doing like all those interviews and stuff like he was on full blown interviews.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, basically, what I was just saying, like he's like redoing it.
Oh,
like,
okay. I'm about to say because he been doing it.
Yeah, he's been lit. He's been doing.
It was on Breakbeat. That's what it was.
Okay. So
Cornbread TV.
So yeah. So this
he probably was working for them, but I mean, it was
right. But I was just saying, like, it's dope to see him kind of getting this kind of own show. Like, he can grow and do more. Like, of course, he's been lit, been doing his thing, and doing videos and stuff like that. But, yeah, you know, fight back, do your shit. I just think that was cool.
That fucking man asked Boosie. He said, did you ever set that motherfucker off? Boosie said, what? He said, you said you will set this motherfucker off. He started pulling up all the lyrics, reading, set it off.
Oh shit.
That shit was funny.
Yeah. I think we got enough of the Joe Budden and Drake beef. There's, of course, a lot more. Birdman stepped in to defend.
I saw that.
You know,
that was so corny.
He had words for Joe. He had word for Charlamagne. Charlamagne said stuff as well, too. Drake said something about Parks, and Parks is funny, man. Parks is dope, man. Like, Drake posted something up about Parks, and then Parks was just like, you know, I did your record right here, right? But yeah, shout out to Parks and the whole thing.
Top hill, top hill, top hill, hell no. Top hill, top hill, top hill. Just subscribe.